Hi there, I'm Emily Schaller, and you're watching the Roxy F. Boltcast. Before we get started, there's a few things we need to go over. First off, nothing on this podcast should be considered medical advice. Medical advice should only come from your doctor. Views expressed on this podcast are solely opinions of the guest and not necessarily opinions of myself or the Roxy F. Foundation. Enjoy this episode of the Roxy F. Boltcast. This episode of the Roxy F. Boltcast is sponsored by Vertex.
I am Dania, Whittey, and I currently live in Indiana, in Fishers, and I was diagnosed when I was 38, and I am now 53.
I want to get into your diagnosis story, but let's first, what do you do for fun now? Tell me about your family. I met your one daughter.
Yes.
Tell me about the other, your husband, the dog. Get into it. What do you love to do? And tell me about your family.
I love to drive my family crazy every opportunity I get. I have been married to my husband for, I think, 26 years. Is it 26 years? I have two daughters, 23 and 18.
Okay.
Christiana is my scientist, really brainy, academic. She got into wanting to study about genetics because of me.
Cool.
So someday she might find a cure for us. I don't know.
So cool.
And then Annika, who you met, she just graduated from high school. She's 18. She as well is going to Ball State, which makes it nice and easy for us.
Yeah.
And she is going to be studying sports production. I always want to say media. And she made it into their sports league program, which is amazing because they're #1 in the country.
So running is how I think in my, people that are friends with us or in the CF world, we have little things about them that kind of classify them. You are the runner. One, your Instagram handle signifies that, but then just what you post, you've gotten so many pairs of kickbacks from us, and we've signed you up for races to help you run. Talk to us about the running journey. When did you get into it? Was it always part of your life, or did you start more after your CF diagnosis? Why do you run?
When I got diagnosed, we were living in Colorado, which, as we all know, the altitude is no joke. Where we lived in Castle Rock, so we were over a mile high. I attempted to run a couple times with a friend, and there was just no way. But also, when you're just starting to run,
it's horrible.
Anywhere you are, you kind of are sucking air. So then we moved here. We've been here now for almost 10 years. And when we moved here, there was an Orange Theory opening up. And I thought, perfect, that's a good way for me to meet people. It'll be a good way for me to work out and exercise my lungs and just start this journey. So I was one of the founding members at that particular location. And I started in August. And within a month or two, they have something that they call the dry try, where you're timed. You do a certain distance on the rower, then you do a bunch of body weight exercises on the floor, and then you end it with a 5K on the treadmill. Well, of course, I was just power walking because I had never run. I wasn't going to try to kill myself on this thing. So I was power walking, and there I will never forget Mitch Mosby. I still talk to him to this day. He was to my right, and I didn't know him, but I thought, this guy's a badass. He was running, and he was going for it.
Incredible.
And so halfway through my power walk, I'm like, you know what? Let's just do this. Let's just see how it feels. Just take it for a test drive. I started running, and everybody started yelling and cheering for me. And I wasn't gasping for air. I wasn't dying. My adrenaline was going, so it felt great. Well, I finished, and I didn't die.
Great. Good
so
indication
I figured,
to keep going.
Maybe I can start doing this, and let's just baby steps. Let's see what happens. So I started running every class instead of power walking.
Okay.
And that was in August. The Indy Monumental, it's half marathon, full marathon. That was in November. I signed up for the half. I'd never run a half. I'd run maybe 2 5Ks. Didn't train. I was like, I go to Orange Theory. I can do this. No problem. the best half marathon I've ever run in my life. As far as I got into that zone.
Yeah.
I didn't know, I felt no pain. I never needed to stop. I did it in 2 hours and 11 minutes, which I thought was I surprised myself because I thought I'd be out there for like, long enough that the little beep beep car would be saying, come on, you're the last one on the course. You need to speed it up.
Come on, lady, get it.
So I got the bug there. A couple days later, I could barely walk. I looked like I'd been riding a horse for, 24 hours straight because I didn't train. That was the only issue.
Yeah.
That part didn't feel great. But the adrenaline that I had and just the running community as a whole, there's nothing like it.
You're right.
I have never experienced anything like that in my life. So then I kept running. I started doing more 5Ks just to get experience on the road. And then I did a full. Did my first full. Amazing.
Okay.
Loved it. Had to train for that. Can't fake a full.
Good.
And I trained long and I trained hard to the point where like my family was probably like, are you ever going to be home?
You know what's amazing is most people I talk to that run a marathon, even I've run several marathons, they finish and they're like, I'm never doing that again. When I finished my first New York City, I was like, when's the next one? That was amazing. Let's do it again. So you had the same experience.
I have never, ever at the end of any race said I'm never doing that again. Ever.
What full was that?
It was the Indy Monumental.
So how sweet. You didn't run before, Orange Theory got you going, because I know when you do those Orange Theory runs, I've only heard about it, like, isn't the treadmill like inclined too? So you're
For the runs, it's inclined.
Okay.
But when you're power walking, I will go a decent speed, like it's almost running, but I always have it at an incline, and sometimes that's almost harder than running, and you feel it. So then when you do go flat and you start running, you feel like you're flying, you can go. It's one of the best things I ever did.
You weren't running before COVID and CF diagnosis, so like through childhood, teens, were you active? Were you in sports?
Oh, no.
Not, okay. Okay, cool. Theater kid?
I attempted to, I really wanted to do field hockey.
Okay.
And I was a little too competitive, let's just say that. When I was growing up, there was no reason to ever think that I had CF. Nobody on either side of my family has ever been diagnosed that we know of. So I always just thought, I'm just like really out of shape. I can't breathe very well. And then for a while, people wondered if I had asthma because my mother does have asthma, but I was fine unless I got active.
Okay.
So we all figured, it's just, it's not my thing. If I did get any sort of cold or anything with lungs involved, the cough would stick around forever. But there was never any reason to think anything. When I was born, they didn't do the testing that they do now for newborns.
Yep.
So there was no reason, there was nothing until I got older. And then it all made sense. It all came together.
Wow. I mean, what you're saying though, those symptoms are like CF symptoms.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
And they started when you were a little kid.
Yeah.
Are you pancreatic insufficient or do you take it?
Yes. That's how everything started.
My gosh.
That's pancreatitis is how I presented, and that's what got the whole ball rolling for a year, trying to figure out, because I didn't fit into the box of somebody with pancreatitis. That's not the case, because nothing was making sense at all. So a year of every test you can imagine. Finally, my doctor's like, you might want to talk to a genetic counselor, which I already had my children. So I needed to know, okay, what is happening? Because what if my kids have this? So talked to a genetic counselor. They tested me for a few different things. And then I got a call, several weeks later, and her voice was very, hi, Dania, very quiet and airy. And I was like, uh-oh. I'm like, she's gonna tell me I have cancer or something. I just thought for sure I'm gonna die. So then she tells me, you don't have this, you don't have that. I don't remember what the other two tests were for, but then she said, you have cystic fibrosis. And I'm kind of sitting there and I'm thinking, wait, you mean like the one where little kids, you beat them on their back? Like nothing, that's all I knew about CF. I'm an adult, what is happening right now? So she said, you need to make an appointment. I was in Colorado, so I went to National Jewish, and their adult CF program, they're
incredible.
Amazing. The
Love
doctors, the nurses, phenomenal. And when I was in the room with one of the nurses, she was asking me my story, and she was letting me know on that same day that there was a woman there in her 70s who had just been diagnosed with CF. And she said, you'd be surprised how much more we're seeing this now, adults.
Yeah.
And I was, in my mind, I'm like, that doesn't really make me feel better, but okay.
I was just gonna ask. Yeah.
I was like, whatever. I did go to Dr. Google a little bit.
Cool,
Which
classic.
I shouldn't have done because I found out that I should be dead.
Yeah, Dr. Google's not good, not board certified.
And then of course everybody says, oh, you don't look sick. You start telling some people, well, you look fine, you don't look sick. And in my mind, I'm like, that's not really what I'm asking for. So for about a good year, I didn't hardly tell anybody but family and maybe a handful of friends.
Yeah.
So we have to start taking care of all my stuff and then seeing how many doctors and nurses, you go to one appointment and it's like a revolving door. I could not believe how many people had to come in and talk to me. It ends up being hours long,
It's hours.
which irritated
hours
me.
and hours, yeah.
The amount of medications I had to start taking, I was one of those people that vitamins, I would take an ibuprofen if I was struggling. And then all of a sudden, just a mountain of medications. And then inhaled stuff, all the things. So I'm like, what is going on?
We talk to a lot of physicians around the country, a lot of CF docs and care teams. It is helpful, especially in videos and podcasts like this, to share what is the best way to approach somebody like yourself who has a family, who's late 30s, who was obviously affected by symptoms, but what is the best way to approach the diagnosis, prognosis, and sharing of information, because it can be so much and so overwhelming. So how would you suggest that CF care teams approach somebody in your boat?
I would say the very first visit, just have it maybe be the genetic counselor and your doctor. And that's it for the first appointment. Just go over the basics. Don't start giving me 5,000 prescriptions. You need to get this machine. We got to get you that machine.
My God.
It was so overwhelming. And my care team now, they know when I'm doing well. I know my body well enough now. I know if something is churning up, and I will reach out and say, all right, let's take care of business. A couple of years I had a really bad flare up, and I'm all about calling and getting in there and doing whatever I got to do, because I don't want it to get out of control. But otherwise, if I feel good, I'm like, what, can't we just do a Zoom call?
So how did you work through it? Like, how did you cope through it? You're there, so now this is 15 years? I'm not great at math. 15 years later, right?
It was, I wear my bracelet, and it has the exact date that I was told what I had, 10/29/2010. So that I will never forget that day. That's the day I found out I had CF.
Happy Halloween.
So I was 38. So what, it's 15 years later now?
How long did it take? Like, with the treatments, though, were you started on digestive enzymes, all the lung stuff? Like, what
Everything
did that look like?
all at once. Everything. Like I had a bowl of pills. And then trying to figure out what works, what doesn't work. Like to this day, pancreatic enzymes don't make me better or worse. They do nothing. My gut is my gut is probably the constant that is always an issue for me. So we're always trying to work on that stuff.
Yeah.
Obviously now I'm absorbing some of the nutrients that I eat because
Great.
I'm not as skinny as I used to be. There's that. But I do have to be careful when I'm training because
Yeah, exactly.
like when I was training for the full mow that I did last year, it's an ultra, I got too skinny. The breathing treatments, those were fine. Kind of made me a little bit feel sick, but the vest, we tried everything with the vest. I had the vest, and then they switched it to just like the belt thing. It makes me so nauseous.
Oh no.
So then I started using the acapella, and that works. But then the benefit of working out and running was better airway clearance than any machine ever prescribed to me ever, because it was naturally happening. It wasn't something like shaking it out of me, literally.
Being diagnosed when you already have a life and then being told to fit these treatments in, how did you do that with time management? I picture you being, obviously you're like a go-getter, like we're doing this shit, but how was that adjusting with getting a schedule, I guess, to do these treatments?
It was hard to ever have a fixed schedule because, again, I had kids. They had activities. They had school. They had, conferences. There's this, there was that. So lots of times it'd be after everybody went to school. Sometimes late at night, but usually late at night, I was wiped. Pills, just popping them left and right whenever I ate, You had to laugh because it was so ridiculous. I remember when I first started talking about it, I had a bowl full of all my pills and I counted out how many I'd taken a day, and people have no idea how ridiculous it is.
Yeah, it's that, and then also because of the modulators, they're saying headlines that say, patients with cystic fibrosis cured by miracle drug. So then they just see that and be like, oh, CF, wasn't that sick kid disease and now everyone's cured?
Right.
So there's that disconnect as well, which is crazy.
Right, they think that the magic pill is curing people.
Correct.
Or that if somebody has a double lung transplant that they're cured. And it's like, they need to think about how they're wording this, because people are starting to think that we have a cure and there isn't. Have we come a long way just since I've been diagnosed? Absolutely. I cannot believe how far we've come. So people that I have met recently who have littles or a baby they just found out, and people will reach out to talk to me and say, you're gonna be fine.
No, I am curious though. So you get diagnosed, you're starting on inhaled treatments, digestive enzymes. You saw a little bit of a marked improvement in your health overall? Or more annoyance? Oh, that's good.
I did not see an improvement right away.
Okay.
In fact, after doing treatments, within a year, my first stay at Club Med, I call it, I had MRSA, and I also had
Pseudomonas?
Pseudomonas, yes.
Yeah.
I had both of those at the same time. But that one was a rough go. That was the first time, and I remember thinking, oh my gosh, this is what my life's gonna be now. This is no joke.
There is that initial thought with your first hospitalization. I mean, that you're like, this is it. Like for me, it was like, this is gonna be the rest of my life, that this is gonna be happening. For you must have had that similar thought. And then you get home and you feel like that creepy thing happened where you're walking dead. You're like, dang, is this how it's gonna be?
Mm-hmm. I thought, oh, holy crap, I'm gonna be going to the hospital all the time. This is gonna take over my life. But luckily, I started kind of adjusting to life, and I knew before things got out of hand, I knew when I needed to do something.
Yeah. All right, so it's mentioned before that running is a true form of airway clearance for you, which is great. Your health probably got better with running.
Oh yeah.
I presume, I hope.
Yes.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Yes, movement, definitely.
So are you on a modulator now?
Yes.
All right, now let's talk about that. How was it before and then after? How did you feel?
Well, I was one of those people that when it first came out, I didn't fit into the bubble of people that could take it.
Got it.
So
okay.
When that first came out, I was very excited, but then I found out I didn't get it. So of course I was excited for a lot of the people that I knew who could use it, but I was also kind of a little bit pouty because why not me? Why do I not get to have this, and hopefully it changes my life? And then maybe, I don't know, a year or so later, I fit in to the bubble. And I remember the first time I heard it was I lived out here. My nurse from Denver, Sarah Brayshaw, sent me a message and says, "Oh my gosh, you get to take this." So I documented that for a while, like showing people I was taking the pill, and there was some adjustment. They warned me that because I already have gut issues that it would probably make that worse, and I was like, that's fine, I'll deal with it. That's not going to kill me. And it did, and it still does.
Yeah, I mean, like you said when you were speaking, or you do speak to parents of babies or young kiddos with CF, and you're like, you're going to be fine, because these little kids, for the most part, aside from if they have the certain mutations, can be started on a modulator and lead these lives without maybe lung damage, pancreatic damage is slowed. They might not need treatments down the road, like wild, beautiful future.
Yes.
But we're not there, unfortunately, for our friends who cannot benefit from these modulators, which is always so tough, because I was on Kaleido clinical trials. So right off the rip, first one, it helps me. And it's like, damn, this is amazing. My life is great. But then it's like the survivor's guilt thing.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
Yeah, and that's not easy. It's, especially now, like here we are. I don't know, I'm not gonna, 13 years later since Kaleido was approved, and my friends still don't have a modulator or anything like it or better.
Right.
And that's not easy.
And then and the other way I look at it too is I'm like, all these people who are no longer with us, that's another reason why I run, because I know that they would have loved for the opportunity to be able to run. So I don't want everything that the people who are no longer with us or who are currently waiting for a transplant or anything, it's not all for naught. They were important. They're no longer with us, unfortunately, but what they went through is one of the things that's helping us get that much closer to make a better quality of life, to potentially find a cure sooner than later now.
Oh, I wanted to talk pregnancy quick. How did you notice, because there are people, now we had the great baby boom since Trikafta and a lot of pregnancies, and they, are post-modulators. So this is you not knowing you have CF yet. Did you notice a change in anything with your health? Obviously you didn't know you had CF, so that might be hard to even consider, but.
I will say, getting pregnant the first time was super easy.
Okay.
The second time was not. We didn't have to do IVF, but both pregnancies I had issues. Like my body, I loved being pregnant, but my body not so much. And now some of that stuff is making more sense too. So I tell my girls all the time, I'm like, you are literally miracles. Because I shouldn't have been able to do what I did and keep you in as long as I was able to. But I was so skinny too, so that when I got pregnant, my body was like, it didn't take much for my body to react and start having contractions or, but then after I found out I had it, we weren't gonna have any more babies. So, like my husband, I didn't need to get him tested, or else I would have if we were gonna have more. I did have both of the girls genetically tested. They are both carriers. So now it's, they know that someday when they find their person, if they want to have kids, that it's something that's going to have to be brought up and discussed. But I also say, by the time you have kids, who knows what you're going to have access to, what the world of CF is going to be like. It might not even be a big deal.
Have you seen recently mothers with CF? No, mothers who know the baby is going to have CF start modulators?
Yes.
So the baby's getting modulators.
Which I think is fascinating.
It's like so cool.
So they're already, they're coming,
So you went from, oh shit, am I going to die, to now here we are 15 years later, and I see a very positive and hopeful person.
Yes.
Who's got 2 kids going to college, which is wild.
Yes, I'm not old enough for that.
What are you most proud of? Whether it's in the running world or with your family or whatever, like any accomplishments or CF fundraising. I know you're active with the CF Foundation.
What am I most proud of? Yes, the running stuff. But I am really proud that I raised 2 amazing humans that are ready to be gone and do their thing. And they're gonna make a difference. I know they're going to make a difference.
No, I want to ask advice you would give to somebody in your boat who is being diagnosed, maybe in the 20s, 30s, 40s with CF. What would you tell them to do or not to do and how to approach it?
The first thing I would say, do not go on Dr. Google. Absolutely do not do it. But more importantly, feel all the feels. Go through the emotions.
That's great.
You have to figure it out in your own time. Find people in your circle that you can trust and be vulnerable with, and you have to talk about it. You have to be vulnerable about it. Ask lots of questions. Don't be embarrassed to not know. One thing that was really hard for me in the beginning, I'm very A-type, so I was not the type of person that would ask for help. I would just do it myself.
Yep, exactly.
And that was very much something that I had to learn, that it's okay to ask for help. That was a really hard thing for me to learn. But the mental health part of it, ask for help. It is okay to not be okay.